All right, so let me get right into it. I know it's early in the morning. A lot of people haven't got up yet, but I've been up studying. And let me give you another edition of the Raw Discussion slash, you know what I'm saying, a rebel perspective. Now, just recently, I get into it like a little situation. Now, if anybody ever know me, I always get into it with these conscious black dudes. Um, a lot of people feel like, because I test their theories and I test on what they say, that they feel like, oh, I'm bashing the black male, I'm tearing the black male down and all this old bullshit. So they want to be real sympathetic towards the lies that they spread throughout the community and throughout the world. Now, this one guy, Stephen Pettis, right? I believe I'm saying his name right. Stephen Pettis. Let me make sure I'm saying his name right. Stephen Pettis the second. Right? So me and him had some words earlier today. And when I go on and look at people, things and stuff, I really be trying to learn. Right? If there's some knowledge out there that I don't know or whatever like that, I'm like a historian buff. Like I like history. I like anthropology studies. I just like things like that. And so I keep seeing a lot of black males, even black women, but majority black males saying like, back 300,000 years ago, the black male did this. Back, 50,000 years ago, the black males or Africans had this. And African this and African that. Now, let me show you something real quick. Let me show you this real quick. Check this out. So right here, this was part of his post. He said, we were the first to invent and master all these things, right? Economics, mathematics, navigation, astronomy, religion, healthcare. And you just see all these different things, right? Just take a look at that. Just take a close look at that. Right? So my problem immediately when I listen to those dudes, my problem will be is when you say we, what are you talking about? We is saying that you contributed to that. You contributed to inventing. You contributed to mastering something. When you say we, that is more than one person. So right off in the head, I'd be thinking like, okay, these dudes must got some mental health issues, or they kind of delusional because they were not there when that shit was going on. So I immediately ask about that. I'm like, where does the we come from? And they say we were slaves. I'm like, dog, you was never a slave ever. So what are you talking about? We? Those people back there were slaves. You were never a slave. So why are you trying to include yourself into slavery as if you were a slave? That shit is just weird to me. And even in this situation and everything like that, he said we were the first to invent and master. I'm like, we, the people on this earth right now, wasn't there when healthcare was invented, I guess. And he's saying that black people invented all these different things, right? So I'm like, okay, let's just say hypothetically, even though I don't believe that shit is true, let's just say hypothetically it's true. I feel like if you invented something, you can invent it again. If you master something, you can master it again. I believe everybody can. I'm in agree to that. Look at this. You see this pen right here? If I invented this pen, right, and I mastered the use of this pen right here, no matter how many years go by, as long as I'm alive on this earth, I will be able to create another one of these. And I will be able to master using and master having another one of these, right? No matter what. And if I created something, I will pass it down to generation, so they will know what to be able to do with it as well. So they'll be able to master it. They may not have invented it, but they'll be able to master it. Right? I think that's fair. Right? So when we look at all these different things on here, we look at agriculture, we look at construction, we look at food and beverage, we look at government and all these different things that this guy says that Africans mastered back in the day. And I look at the current environment right now, and I'm looking at black people don't master none of those things. They are not the leaders in none of those things. Everything that's on that list has been mastered by other cultures. Black people are the slaves of those things. When we look at food and beverage, right? Do you know any black leading companies that's the masters of food and beverage in America? Who owns the top food and beverage companies in the world? White people. Who owns the top shipping companies in the world? White people. Who owns the top transportation in the world? White people. Who owns the top hospitals and prescription medications in the world? White people. So it becomes a problem with me because these conscious dudes want to go back 300,000 years ago and talk about what once was, right? You want to go back, oh, this happened all these thousands of years ago. And I'm looking at like, what's going on now? What's going on now? Does what happened 300,000 years ago really have precedence or really can help black people right now in the solutions that they need in order to have better lives in America? Knowing that shit back 300,000 years ago? No, it doesn't. People talk about how Jesus was black. Knowing that Jesus is black, has that helped black people treat each other better right now? No, it doesn't. None of that shit matters to me. You know what I'm saying? What matters is revolutionizing to the future. See, these conscious dudes have not yet evolved, right? They're stuck in the past. If you really listen to their ideology, you really listen to what they talk about, they are stuck in the past. They are stuck 300,000 years ago when this world is moving forward. Every millisecond is moving forward. People are evolving and moving forward every single day. So that becomes a problem to me, right? So then I'm just like looking at it like, okay, the argument becomes, oh, you know, a lot of, and this is just not the, you know, the Stephen Pettis dude. It's really like a lot of black conscious people. They say, oh, the white man took this from me, and the white man did, like a dude named Lamont Davis. He said, the white man did this, the white man did that, and all this type of stuff. He took us from our land. And I'm just like, all right, he didn't take you from nowhere. He took people that you don't even fucking know. And that's another thing. These people be talking about ancestors, and you don't even know who these people are. How do your ancestors, you don't have no names. You don't even know what tribe and stuff you're from. You're just making up shit. That'd be the problem that I be having too. It's like, who's these people you talking about that build shit? What do they build? Are you just guessing? I think they're guessing. I really think they're guessing. But let me move on. So I'm looking at like all this stuff that the white people that took from you, right? And you acknowledge that and you know that every single day. I'm like, why are you not getting that shit back? Why are you not fighting that white man to get that shit back? If the white man took all that shit from you, then why are you not trying to get it back? Why are you not going to war? Why are you not doing something productive and constructive every single day to be able to get back what was taken from you? And really, it wasn't taken from them. It may have been taken from people that they don't even know that's in the history books. So they don't have no desire to fight and go get that shit because it's not theirs. That's what I'll be believing in my head. I'm like, man. So because right now, look, okay, for an example, if you look at one of the consciences right now and say somebody took their bike, say somebody took their car, say somebody took something out their house and they knew who did it, those people are going to go after those people who took it. Like immediately, like without a problem. Like some of the lowest shit, material shit, they'll go back, boom, quickly. But when we look at things on this list, like artistic expression, he said, like prescription meds and all this shit, right? When we look at people on this list, they not going back and go get those things. One of the most precious, biggest things that you should go back and try to get and get seized control over that's been taken away from you, they not fighting for that shit at all. They're not going back to get that shit. It's not happening, and they know it. So it's a lie. So I just challenged them. I'm just like, if the white man took this from him, go fight the white man. But you're not gonna fight the white man. They're gonna sit back and cry. That's what I call them, CBBMs, cry baby black males. What they're gonna do every day is cry and whine every single day about what the white man took from them, which just shows the weakness of the black male. It's just like they're just exploiting the weakness of the black male, saying that it's okay for you to take something for the black male because he ain't gonna do shit about it. Now, the black male he'll do something about it if it's another black male that took something from him. So if another black male took his bike, like I said, he'll go fight that dude. He might kill that dude. If another black male took his money or some shit like that, he'll go after that dude. But when it comes to that white man, that black man ain't doing none of that shit. And we all know that. So let's be truthful and let's be honest about it. These dudes be talking about 400 years of slavery like that is some cool shit to be saying. I would not be saying that's an shame type of shit, dude. What, like how you still mention that 400 years of slavery, the white man took that, and you're not doing nothing to be able to get it back. So all they do is whine. So then the Stephen Pettis dude. I'm not gonna be here all morning and shit like that because I got some other stuff I need to do. But certain things I just need to get up off my chest and everything like that, man, to be able to talk to the masses about it. It's a part of my therapy. You know what I'm saying? To be able to, you know what I mean, to be able to share solutions and you know, talk about the problem, but also be able to share the solutions and also talk about this misinformation that's going on, you know what I'm saying, in the world, right? Because it seems like every time I keep seeing these memes and everything that Africans did this and Africans invented this and Africans did this, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, where is the evidence on that shit? Where is the factual evidence that this shit even happened? It seems like people just making up shit. So I think that right there is a miseducation amongst the people. But this what really got me though, right? So the dude was like saying like, oh, you just got to talking shit. Then it starts with the name calling, right? So you start calling me names and shit, calling me Sambo and all this shit. And it's like calling me names because I'm testing your theory. You calling me names because I'm challenging what you're talking about. You know what I mean? If you're saying you know something, right? This is another problem we had. He's saying that he knows something. So if I ask you a question, you should know the answer. I shouldn't have to stop and go look nothing up. You should tell me what it is, dude. If you said he knows some shit, you should be able to tell me the answer, but he can't tell me the answer. And he knew he couldn't tell me the answer. He's fucking lying. But let me go back. So what I was originally going to say. So the guy apparently and stuff was in the military, right? He was in the military. And he talked about, oh, you know, I ain't scared of nothing. I ain't scared of no white man, blah, blah, blah. I've been in 3 war zones and all this type of shit, right? And I'm just like, what the fuck did you just say, dude? So you mean to tell me you was in the United States military as a black man and you went to other brown and black countries and murdered other brown and black people for white America, and you're talking to me about some African shit? That shit is crazy to me. So the white man had you as a soldier, gave you an objective, gave you orders and whatever it may be, and said, look, we're going to this country. And when we go to this country, I need you to stand on this post and I need you to kill the enemy. The enemy is those brown people. Because you ain't going to no war zones where it got shit to do with white people. So you're going to brown and black countries. And you're killing brown and black people. And you got the fucking nerve to talk to me about some fucking black power type of shit, dude. Or some African shit. That shit was crazy to me, dude. And I just keep telling these dudes, I've been like, look, man, look. If you do not like America, if America is doing all these things, and this is the same thing I told Lamont Davis, if America is doing all these fucked up things to you, man, right? Why don't you just fucking leave? And go somewhere. This planet is huge, right? There's so many countries you can be in. It's so many different places. Go back to fucking Africa then. If motherfuckers is talking all this African shit, that African is the source of civilization and Africa is where all this stuff comes from, why are these dudes going to Africa? Why are they not living there? Why are they in America complaining and shit? America is the greatest country in the motherfucking world. But yet these dudes are fucking lost or something and shit like that. So they start talking shit about America. In certain countries, you can't even talk shit like that. They'll come see you. But anyway, you in America, right? And if America is doing all this fucked up shit to you, why don't you just leave, man? Go to Ghana. Go to Nigeria. Go to Chad. Go to Sudan. There's a lot of African countries that you can go to, and then you should be able to be treated way, way better than it is in America. And the problem, I feel like, the reason why they don't go to Africa is because they're not from that place, dude. Them ancestors ain't calling them. They don't have no connection to them. And if you don't have a connection to Africa, it's okay. But don't lie and say you do. Don't lie and say, dude, you are from some tribe, dude, and you can't fucking tell me the name of the tribe, man. Don't tell me you're from some tribe and you don't even know the language. Don't tell me you're from some tribe and you don't even know the traditions and the cultures and everything from that tribe. Don't tell me that. And don't tell me you got that, I mean, got them genes either. Because you don't practice what they practice. Because right now, in the information age right now, we are able to go back and look at some of those countries, right? And we can look at the Igbo people, or we can look at, you know what I'm saying, the different tribes in Nigeria. We can pinpoint and be like, you know what, that's their customs, that's their traditions, and I can practice that every day to make my life better, right? It's like a list of stuff you can do. Or you could actually talk to some of those people over there, and they can tell you how they live and their customs and their traditions and all that type of stuff. But them niggas ain't about to do all that shit because they don't live that way. They live the so you hate America, right? And then what happens? You go practice American traditions. You go practice American customs. You go practice American, you know what I'm saying, lifestyle, but you're not practicing the lifestyle of Africans though. So kind of like it missed me with that all that African black power shit. You know what I'm saying? Because that dude, Stephen, man, he was a U.S. soldier, dude. He went over there, dude. Them white people told him to go kill brown people and black people. He didn't object to that shit. He didn't say, no, I'm not going to do that. He didn't say, no, I ain't about to go to war. You know what I'm saying? And none of that shit. He didn't say, like, you know what? I'm black power. I'm about black liberation. I'm about African empowerment. And ain't no way that you're about to tell me and send me off to some fucking brown country and some black country and everything to go murder and slaughter fucking brown and black people for this fucking flag right here. The same flag that he talked shit about that said that did all this bad shit to Africans. That dude is a traitor, man. He is a traitor to black people. He may not be a traitor to the military, but he's a traitor to black people all over the world, dude. How the fuck you do some shit like that? So like I said, I'm not gonna spend all morning, you know what I'm saying, talking about this. I'm just gonna just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Is that I'm gonna be ethics conscious dudes. And the thing is, man, is that if they talking some real knowledge shit, if they talking about some real shit, I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna study. And if it's truthful and shit, I'm like, man, that's truthful. I'm gonna learn that shit. But if that shit is motherfucking, and if I don't understand it, I'm gonna ask you questions. And you should be able to have them answers if you're talking about it. If you're talking about that life and everything like that, you talking about this how people lived and all this type of shit, you should be able to have them answers. Because a lot of what we was talking about earlier too, before I go, is like people have this thing about blackness. They looking at the skin color, right? They're looking at our skin color and saying that's what blackness is, or they say like, oh, black people did this, and then they're basing it on skin color. They're basing it on the color of people that was on like these walls in certain areas, and you know what I mean, in Africa or things like that. But those people back in the day didn't look at skin color like that. What they looked at was what tribe you was from. And the most important thing they looked at is what was your belief system? What did you believe in? How did you carry yourself as a people? Those what those wars were about. Those wars was not about no skin color. Cause apparently, you know what I mean, what they have in anthropology studies and shit, they saying that all people come from Africa, right? So everybody's the same motherfucking color, right? That's what they say. I don't believe everybody came from Africa like that. I believe there's people from all different parts of the world, and they talk about how they found the first bones or something of a person that's in Africa, and my whole thing was like, how do you know that they lived there? How do you know that that person traveled from somewhere else and died at that spot, and then you found them bones? Like, how do you tell somebody's race from bones? Can we do that now? You know what I'm saying? Because now, you know what I'm saying, now we probably could do what? Well, yeah, we probably could do it for like dental records or whatever like that or something like that probably. From back then, they didn't even have all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that become like a major problem to me. I'm just like, nobody, if we really want to keep it 100, man, nobody don't really know what happened. 300,000 years ago? Come on, man. Them history books have been changed so many goddamn times. Certain tribes has been erased from history. There's people from have tribal lineage from places that tribe and shit is no longer don't no longer exist. They probably died out or somebody probably murdered them or whatever like that. You don't fucking know. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like what I was saying is like people went to war over belief systems. It's not about no skin color. It's about culture. If you look at America right now, when we look at gangs, right? Gangs is the closest thing that we can look at is tribal shit from black people, right? Right? The gangs ain't murdering each other because they skin color. They're murdering each other because of their belief systems. Crips believe in something. Latin Kings believe in something. Gangster disciples believe in something. It's your belief system and you carry yourself as a man or or a female under that organization or under that gang, whatever you want to call it. That's what you're being killed for. Ain't got shit to do with no skin color, man. And they still want to and they still want to play the race shit, dude. And I just be like, dog, like y'all are really really tripping on here. But anyway, it's early. It's 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday. I gotta really get back to some more working on the scripts and everything like that. So I just want to be able to get this off my chest, and I'll be able to talk to y'all again very very soon.